Hello, I've been living in Phuket for over a decade, and today I want to share insights you won't hear from real estate agents or find in official statistics. What's really happening in the real estate market? If you browse YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, you'll notice a massive advertising campaign promoting properties in Phuket. New, well-equipped condominiums are sprouting up across the island, offering amenities like pools, saunas, gyms, co-working spaces, and more. While the internal infrastructure of these condos is impressive, the surrounding areas often remain underdeveloped. These properties are marketed as excellent investments, but is that truly the case? Currently, the answer leans towards no. Before the pandemic, demand was high and properties were booked months in advance. Now, even during peak season, approximately 40% of units remain vacant. And in the off-season, this figure rises to 70 to 80%. This is evident from unlit windows and empty parking lots. Mold, humidity and decay. Phuket's humid climate poses challenges for unoccupied properties. Without regular use, units develop mold, furniture deteriorates and unpleasant odours emerge. After 2 years of vacancy, a property may require extensive renovations or complete refurnishing. With rising costs for repairs and materials, maintaining such properties becomes a financial burden rather than a source of passive income. Many foreigners continue to purchase properties, hoping to rent them out. Some opt for leasehold agreements, long-term leases typically lasting 30 years. These units are about 15 to 20% cheaper, but often come with less control, as they are managed by property companies. Previously, even leasehold properties were profitable. Now, rental income often fails to cover expenses. For instance, a one-bedroom unit priced at 2.5 to 3 million baht might rent for just 13 to 15,000 baht per month, sometimes less during the low season. Thai mortgages and survival strategies. Some local Thais exploit the system by obtaining mortgages under favourable terms and then defaulting on payments. Banks typically initiate foreclosure proceedings only after 2 to 3 years, during which the owner rents out the property and collects income. These owners, having invested little to no capital, can afford to undercut the market, offering rentals at 10 to 12,000 baht. Competing with them is challenging for genuine investors who have committed significant funds. As of May this year, rental prices have dropped dramatically. Such low rates for high-quality condominiums are rare globally. This isn't a seasonal dip, but a consequence of an oversaturated market with more properties than demand. Even in this kind of rental crisis, Thais somehow managed to scare away tenants, especially foreigners, by simply not returning security deposits. Right now, the standard deposit is 2 months' rent. So when you move into a long-term rental, you pay 3 months up front, 1 for the first month and 2 as a security deposit. In theory, you get those 2 months back when your lease ends. In reality, almost no one ever does. The reason is simple. The landlord has already spent your money, it's gone. So what do they offer? The most common solution: just stay 2 more months and consider it covered by your deposit. Or wait until we find new tenants. Once they pay their deposit, we'll refund yours. But if you've already lived on the island for a year, you've lost your rose-coloured glasses. You understand how things really work. You know there's a good chance no new tenants are coming anytime soon, and that money isn't coming back. Just last month, there was a story going around social media, pretty viral here on the island. A girl from Ukraine had lived in a rental for a year. When her lease ended, her Thai landlady told her the usual: stay 2 more months or wait for the next tenant. But the girl probably already had flights booked, her plans were made. She lost her temper and trashed the entire apartment. The damage? Over $10,000. Obviously, neither side comes out looking good, but the story is telling. It reflects a typical situation here, and it's one more reason why so many foreigners are turning away from the rental market in this area. But we'll get back to this later. Official statistics may show a rise in tourist numbers and revenue, but these figures primarily reflect hotel stays. The residential rental market tells a different story, one that's often overlooked to avoid social unrest. Real estate agents aim to sell. They may claim prices are only going up. Demand is huge. Act fast. However, their primary goal is commission, not your financial well-being. Community forums and local groups express that the current economic situation is worse than during the pandemic. Small businesses struggle, tourists spend less, and the rental market is oversupplied. My conclusion: I'm not discouraging investment. Purchasing property for personal use is one thing, but expecting rental income in 2025 is optimistic at best. If someone suggests otherwise, consider their motives. Why are affluent tourists avoiding Phuket? An honest perspective. Phuket is not Dubai, Singapore, or Hong Kong. The standard of living, infrastructure, and cultural mindset differ significantly. Beyond the gates of luxurious condominiums lies visible poverty and underdevelopment. The island relies heavily on tourism, with little diversification in its economy. Post-pandemic, authorities have tried to boost tourism, but discerning travelers notice the discrepancies. Prices have surged, flights, accommodations, food, while quality has declined. The island appears less maintained, and services have deteriorated. Meanwhile, other destinations like Vietnam, China, Malaysia, and Indonesia are enhancing their tourism sectors. Additionally, global trends show travelers becoming more budget conscious. In this new economic landscape, Thailand struggles to compete. Another factor is the changing atmosphere. Following the legalization of certain substances, a different demographic has been attracted to Phuket. The pervasive smell of smoke on beaches and streets is off-putting to many, especially families and professionals. Furthermore, the annual Pride Month celebrations, now in their second or third year, alter the island's ambience. This isn't a critique of orientation, but an observation of shifting social dynamics. Statistically, this group isn't typically associated with high investment or business ventures. Consequently, individuals accustomed to a certain level of sophistication and tranquility feel out of place. Consider the new residential complexes with thousands of units. Real estate agents actively promote them, but who will occupy these apartments even during peak season? Affluent tourists are choosing other destinations, unwilling to pay premium prices for subpar experiences. Moreover, during the high season, the island becomes gridlocked. Traffic congestion rivals that of Bangkok, and public transportation remains inadequate. Navigating the island becomes a frustrating endeavor, deterring potential residents and visitors. What's most jarring is how all of this poverty and struggle unfolds right next to glossy new condominiums, offering luxury tropical living. The contrast is unsettling. Unlike world-class destinations like Monte Carlo, Dubai, or even upscale parts of Bali, where the local standard of living is visibly higher and more balanced with the tourist sector, the gap is glaring. You can literally stand in front of a five-star resort and just meters away see someone digging through trash or fishing in sewage. This isn't just a detail, it's a sign of something deeper and more systemic. This juxtaposition encapsulates the paradox of modern Phuket. In my everyday life here, I constantly witness scenes that reflect the harsh economic reality many locals face. One particularly striking image I often see is of people fishing in filthy canal water, not as a hobby, but as a means of survival. The water is murky, smelly, and clearly polluted, yet they stand there with makeshift fishing gear, hoping to catch something, anything to eat. Most of the time they try to avoid being seen, partly I believe because fishing in these canals is technically illegal and they fear getting fined by the police, but also they likely don't want tourists or foreigners documenting their hardship and posting it online for the world to see. And this isn't just a rare sight, it happens regularly. Entire families sometimes come, even with children, just to try and catch dinner. It's not only Burmese migrant workers, although they dominate the construction sector here, as Thai locals often avoid hard labour jobs, but also some Thai citizens who find themselves in increasingly desperate situations. But everyone in this situation is trying to find their own benefit. Investors profit in their way, developers have their gains, buyers look for their own advantages, and we, the people living in Phuket, obviously want to find ours, to live in luxury class apartments with maximum comfort for minimum cost. So even in a flawed system, there's still something good to be found. Everything I've shared here is based solely on my personal observations, information from open sources, and my own analysis. I hope you found this video helpful because I plan to explore this topic further in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate having you here with me. Stay tuned. There's so much more to come. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My special big thanks to the sponsors of my channel for their support. Bye bye. See you soon.